Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode with your girl Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring. Hopefully, you guys are having a lovely evening. I am so sorry I'm mad late, but I had a client, had to do what I need to do in order for me to move forward. So, as promised, we are basically going to have a nice light evening anyway. We're working on how to plot points on a coordinate plane. And I know there's someone out there that's probably like, are you serious? I stayed up this late just so I can work with you, just so you can plot points? Yeah. Yeah, you did. And the reason why I still have people are still making simple errors when it comes to plotting and graphing their points. So that's basically what we're going to be working on today. One of my friends, I'm not sure if we are going to do it, but maybe we might. She gave me something that looks very cray-cray like this, but again, she says trust the process. So this is the one thing. You don't tell your friends like, all right, make sure it's clean, because you know it's not going to be. They all just waiting for their moment to screw up your life at any given point. So here we are. So as you guys are coming in, go ahead and tap away if you are here. We're not going to be doing too of a long period of time, but we are going to talk about different parts of the coordinate planes and really just take a simple look so you'll remember how you need to plot your points each and every time. So as I clean some things up, go ahead and tap away. We're going to get started at 1K. Oh, look at me rapping. That's cute. Well, good evening. How are you? Marveline. See who else is up and about. Go Michael's over here. Thank you, Rose, for liking the live. Thank you, Monty, for liking the live. Thank you guys for joining in. I know it's probably a little past everyone's bedtime, and especially if they're down in the Maryland, Virginia, even in the lower parts of Maryland, Virginia, and DC, you guys just started school. So you're probably like, today was the second day of school. I just can't. I can't keep my eyes open. And I believe it. Hello, Spencer. How are you? Yes. So everyone is starting up. So right now, everybody should have started by now. If they're not, they're starting tomorrow. Okay. Good. Well, today shouldn't be too strenuous. I was like, oh, I guess I'm not going to get started teaching today. Okay, we're still at 34 likes. We got 128 people that are here. Oh, I forget that. 144, 152. All right, so we need to get started with the tapping, because if not, I'm going to cover all this fun stuff up until we get some tapping. Let's go. Yeah, I'm one of those petty people. Okay, so there's 230 here. I greatly appreciate you guys stopping in. So what we're doing is we are going to be plotting points on a coordinate plane. So while you guys are here, a couple of things just to get it completely out of the way. My name is Audrey Codner, and I'm the owner of ACG Math Tutoring. I tutor students from 7th grade all the way up to adults. So if you're thinking about getting your GED, your ASVAT, your AccuPlacer in order for you to get into a community college, so you can see if you can test your way out to go straight to college algebra, this is my jam, okay? When it comes to calculus, AP, AP statistics, that's not my jam. Okay, anything with the algebra components, I love doing that. So I just come on here on TikTok to break down concepts and just make it seem like, not to make it seem, but to make it easier for people. You know, I don't want to hear I have a math phobia, or you know what, I can't do math. And I know there is a way that everyone can do math. It's just how it was presented to you at a young full age. And when you were young, you did not want to be that person that asked 60,000,002 questions because you wanted to go to recess. So you internalized a lot of that pain and you just kept your mouth shut. But as you guys are coming on in, that was my pain when I was growing up. Like, I used to suck at math. And then all of a sudden they took one lady, I was a structural assistant at a local high school, and she just said, oh, you know that division, you know, fractions is nothing but division. And that just completely opened my world up. It was so crazy. It just opened everything up. Yes. I'm echoing. That's weird. Well, I'm muted here, so I'm not sure, user. Okay, hey, Robert. Math was not your friend growing up. Yep. Not anymore? Okay. Yeah, I can see why that would be annoying. But thank you for telling me, because there'll be some people I'll be on here. They'll be like, Audrey, your boobs are out. Put them things away. Okay. Oh, you left and you came back? Okay. Well, I greatly appreciate you did that. Well, thank you for telling me. So it's your time to shine. Let's not make math the barrier that's holding you back from whatever your goodness that you want to share. Okay? So I'm here to break down concepts step by step. Some of them are really basic, like adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing fractions or decimals, or maybe even doing one-step, two-step equations. It's always a little combination of like pre-algebra, and I mix in a little bit of geometry. But for the most part, sometimes I take it a step further. So all the things that you will actually see on the GED, your ASVAT, your AccuPlacer. So you can also be my next success story. I would love to hear that. I love when people are doing awesome things. All right. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate that. All right. We're almost there. We're almost at our 1K. And then we can just get started with plotting our points and, you know, looking at a coordinate plane and actually telling you what is a coordinate plane in plain, simple English. Yeah. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate that. That's so fun. Okay, so continue to tap away. Once we get to 1K, I'm not going to beg for taps anymore. I would love to get them, but we're not going to beg. All right. So if you know of anyone that is in need, okay, of a tutor, I know school just started, but keep an eye out, okay? If you need a tutor, if you're just starting out with some of your classes, or if you know someone that is in need of a tutor, please do not hesitate to contact me, okay? I do my private, I do small group. I'm also starting, if you live in Puerto Rico or in every part of the U.S., if you need assistance with the PSATs, please let me know, because I'm actually doing a program and I'm going to start that next Wednesday, breaking down concepts, because I really want a lot of our youth to be able to get some of those scholarships, because the colleges are actually looking at the PSATs of your juniors. So if you're a junior and you're going for the PSAT, you're going for National Merit Scholarships and any other scholarships to help you with your next steps, please take a consideration for going with the program. Because with that program, it's only for 5 weeks. We'll meet on Wednesdays and on Saturdays. You can choose to just come for 5 sessions on Wednesdays or 5 sessions on Saturdays, or you can double it up, because whatever happens on a Wednesday is different from what happens on a Saturday. So any kind of assistance, we can get that and get that going. And if you can't and you're trying to keep your eyes open, but it's just really hurting, don't worry. You can go to my Y2 channel. I have all of my replays there. So if you want any of my replays since February the 2nd, this is the best place to go. I would love for you to subscribe, like, comment, share, and also turn on your notifications. I try to put everything up at least once a day. All right? Okay, we hit that goal. Thank you so much. I know you were like, woman, get started. All right. So, when we are plotting points on a coordinate plane, what is a coordinate plane? In plain old English, it's basically 2 number lines intersecting at a common point, and that common point is called your origin. That's the 0, 0. Okay? So, from right to left, you're going to go from positive infinity all the way to negative infinity. Okay? From the top to the bottom, you're going to go from positive infinity for your y's all the way to negative infinity for your y's. Okay? So your y values, your y axes, axes meaning line. Okay? So your y axes go up and down. Okay? Your x-axis goes right to left or left to right. So when you are trying to plot your points, you might want to take a look at these steps. Keeping it simple, nothing too strenuous. First, you should always start putting your pencil point at 0, 0, at the origin. Then you're going to take a look at your x-axes, your x's. Remember, your x comes first, then your y. Think of the alphabet. X, then y. So then you're either going to, if it's negative, you're going to move to the left. If it's positive, you move to the right. Then by keeping your pencil or pen point on that spot, not making a point, just keeping it there, now you're going to look at your y's. And if your y is positive, you're going to go up that many units. If it's negative, you're going to go down that many units for the y-axis. Then you're going to plot your point, and then you're going to name your point. Don't just name it Gertie, okay? You're going to actually name it. It could be point A, point B, point C, point D, okay? All right. This ought to be quick. Yeah, it should be quick. All right, classy lady, what do you need help with? Talk to me. Talk to me. All right. All right. Okay. So now, when we're taking a look, when you have your 2 axes and they're meeting at a common point, they're also creating 4 sections. And those 4 sections are called quadrants. Okay? So it starts basically like counterclockwise. So it starts roughly where the 12 and the 3 is. That will be quadrant 1. If you look at from 12 and 9, inside will be quadrant 2. From 9 to 6, that'll be quadrant 3. And from 3 to 6, that'll be quadrant 4. Now, if you take a look, you can see what the signage will be in each of those quadrants. Okay? In great respect to Michael, we put the Roman numerals down. He loves using Roman numerals. So in quadrant 1, the x value and the y values are both positive. For quadrant 2, your x values, because remember this is going to the negatives, all the way to negative infinity, my x's are negatives, but my y's are positive. Quadrant 3, both your x's and your y's are negative. And in quadrant 4, your x's are positive and your y's are negative. Okay? All right? So there we go. So now, sometimes when you just know there's signage, I know that in quadrant 1 and quadrant 3, they always have like similar signs. One's positive, both of them are positive, both of them are negative. Okay? Quadrant 2, quadrant 4 are basically the opposites of each other. Minus positive and then positive negative. I know quadrant 3 kind of looks like a face. Just very, very sleepy face. Okay? So, with that being said, if I gave you some ordered pairs, you should be able to identify what quadrant they're going to be in just by knowing the signage, without you actually drawing a graph out and plotting it yourself. Okay? So, if I tell you we have a point at -6, 4, what quadrant is that going to be in? So if we're at -6, 4, what quadrant is that going to be in? You can put it in the chat. Okay, so Kai is saying 2. Okay, Roman numeral 2. Thank you, Rue. Is that Rue or Ro? Okay, Lozma, how are you? Saying 2, Jesse. Welcome in, Jesse. Number 2, user. My new best, that's 2. Good. Okay. Just like a kangaroo. Okay. Marbelli saying 2. Robert saying 2. Hey, classy lady. How are you? I saw you said you needed help. You okay? Okay. So -6, that means my x is negative. +4, that means my y is positive. So that is going to be in quadrant 2. If I said 3 and 1, what quadrant are we talking about? Oh, like row. Got you. I'm so sorry. I'm hoping I'm not insulting you. All right, good. User 1, Jesse 1, Kaya 1, Ma 1, Marv 1. Addicted to success. How are you? 1. Okay. Is Kashmir? 1. Nikki 1. Robert 1. Ooh, some comments. Okay. All right. Hey, Janice. Okay, Robert. Uno. Yes. Okay. Needed to because I'm going back to school. Okay. All right, definitely message me, my dear, because I definitely have some spots that opened up today. So if I say negative, let's say -2, -7. Okay, what quadrant for -2, -7? You doing good? Awesome. All right. So user saying 3, Cash 3, Kaya 3, Classy Lady 3, Jesse 3, Mav 3, Robert 3, Addicted 3, Marv 3, Nikki 3, Janice 3. Excellent. Love it. Hopefully you guys are feeling like, oh, this is easy. This is smart. Oh, I got this, Audrey. I'm like, all right, that's exactly what I want to say. So let's try one more. Let's go 0, 4. What quadrant is that in? 0, 4. What do we got? Put it in the chat. Okay, so Krishna saying 1, user saying 1, addicted saying 1, Kaya saying 1, Lux is saying 4, Robert saying 1, Classy 1, Marv 4, Nikki 1, Marvally. Marley. Okay. Okay, Jen saying 4. Lux switching over to 1. What's the hesitation? What's the hesitation? Ah, thank you, Goose Hunter. Between 1 and 2, the y coordinate is only available. Okay? So 0, 4. 0, 4. That point is right here. Okay? It's right there. It's not in a quadrant. You're like, oh, Audrey, you tricked me. Yes, I did. Sorry. Not sorry. Okay, but yes, it's on the axes. It's not inside of a quadrant. So this is not inside of a quadrant. Okay? I'm just going to say not in Q. Okay? So if it's on the axes, X or Y axes, it's not inside of those quadrants. It's on the line. Okay? So this is called, since it's hitting the Y axis, this is your Y intercept. Okay? It's crossing that Y axis. So it's not inside of a quadrant. I know, right? So here's the weird thing. I have to put stuff like this out there, okay? Because they will definitely put something like that on a test. Okay? Since it's dealing with graphs, you would think that this is a 1-point question. No, sir. No, ma'am. This is considered like a 2 to maybe a 3-point question. Especially this right here. If you get, they'll say, oh, is 0, 4 in what quadrant? It's not inside of a quadrant. Okay? We want to get as many common good points as much as possible. All right? Got it? Awesome. Okay. So, with that being said, we're going to plot some points. And I figured, we could just get a regular old, paper and just go ahead and plot some points. Or I can make it a little fun. So there is, as soon as I can find it, there it is. Okay. So I have some ordered pairs. Okay. And we're going to plot these ordered pairs on my grid. So if I want, I can zoom in if you want to take a picture of it and try to make your own grid. Or if you have one of your handy dandy ultimate math notebooks, you can go ahead and set your axes straight. And just by looking at this, a 10 by 10 grid will work. Meaning you can have like 10 positive x's, 10 negative x's, 10 positive y's, and 10 negative y's. So that's when you hear, oh, draw a 10 by 10 grid. That means they want 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, 10 here. Okay? All right. So I'm going to give you a moment to sit up because I set myself up a little bit. And if you want to take a picture of the coordinates and try to make your own mystery picture, hey, why not? It's only 10:17 at night on a Tuesday? Let's do something funky and fun. Legal, of course, because I don't got bail money, okay? You think it's a parabola? I think I would pick something a little more exciting than just a parabola. All right. Okay, so we're going to plot these points and we're going to name them. We're not going to be like, all right, Adam, Bernice, Chandler. Aw, Chandler. Rest in peace. All right. But we're going to try to plot that. Okay, let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you are ready. Because I want you to follow along. And we'll see how things go if I want to trust the process what my friend gave me. Because I have no idea like no idea what this thing is going to be. And when you tell your friends keep it clean, you know they're not going to. That was stupid on my part. I should have kept my mouth shut. God knows what's going to be on here, but we'll see. All right, so we got ready, we got ready, we got ready. 3 people ready. Awesome. All right, so the first point that we're going to draw is point A, and that's at 2, 5. So here we go with the whole process. We're starting here at the origin. The first number is 2. That means your x-axis. Let me label these bad boys. Okay. Your x goes left to right. Your y's goes up and down. So that means I'm moving to the right 1, 2, and then I'm moving up 5 and plotting my point. It's as simple as that, and that's my point A. Okay, so since it's a positive 2, move to the right 2. Then the y value was a positive 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plot your point and then name it. All right, so now for, maybe I should do it like this. Might make life a little bit easier so everyone can follow along. All right, so point B is 4, 4. Here I am at the origin. I'm going to go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Plot my point, and that's point B. Okay. C is 3, 2. So that means starting at the origin, going to the right, 1, 2, 3, and then going up 1, 2, plotting a point. And that's my C. So for my D, it's 3, negative 1. Going to the right, 1, 2, 3, and then down 1. And that's point D. Okay. How are we doing so far? Now for E, start at the origin, go into the right 1 and down 1, 2, 3. Doing good, doing great, awesome. Okay. Now last one for this column was negative 1, negative 3. So let me move this over here, starting here at the origin, going to the left 1, going down 1, 2, 3. And there's my F. Okay, so for G, we have negative 3, negative 1. Starting here at the origin, negative 3, that means I'm going to the left, 1, 2, 3, and then my Y, I'm going down 1. And that will be G. So now we have letter H. Negative 3, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go up 1, 2. Plot our point. And that's H. Okay. I, negative 4, 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that's I. Then we have negative 2, 5. 1, 2. Go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's our J. And then we have negative 1, positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that will be our K. And lastly, we're at 1, negative, 1, positive 4. So go over 1, then up 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is our L. Okay. So now, let's see if we can kind of connect it. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. So we got A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F, G to F, and H to I, I to J, J to K. So it looks like a little head. So if they gave me some kind of it was supposed to be a little bear with his little mouth. I know it looks a little psychotic. It looks like the beginning of a horror movie. Something's about to happen. Well, it wasn't supposed to be Mickey Mouse, but it could be. Originally, it was supposed to be like a little dog. But it's cute, you know? It's a little something. And if you want to put little eyes in there, you can put little eyes so it won't be so creepy. Want to give it eyebrows, you can give it little eyebrows. You want to give it a little nose around the origin, you can put a little nose around the origin. I feel like, oh God, what was his name? Bob Ross. Put little happy trees. Put little happy trees around there. Hello, David Square. How are you? Today is National Dogs Day. How cute. Didn't know. We'll just put a little happy cloud right here. Bob, you know about happy clouds. But I'm telling you, when I was a kid, I used to listen to that and just take a nap, right? So soothing. All right. So how often do I go live? I try to go live every evening. And now that my schedule is getting crazier during the day, but it might be shifting when all my students come back in the afternoon. I might come back on for my 1 o'clocks. I know some people are like, yay, I missed the 1 o'clocks. So we'll see how things go. I hate to keep flipping and flopping my schedules, but I mean, I have to eat. I have to, save my house and all that fun stuff. As much as I love bonding with you guys, but yeah, gotta pay bills. Okay. Can I review functions of X? What do you mean? I'm from college. What math is that? Math 4? I don't know. Math 4 might be a combination of Algebra 2 and pre-calculus. It might be Algebra 2 with data analysis. It could be more statistics. I don't know, because every state is different. And that's the one thing that drives me nuts. They're thinking about doing that here for our high school students, like have Math 1, Math 2, and then they can figure out what they want for their electives for 2 years. These kids don't want to do electives, math electives. Okay. Oh, the domain and range of graphs? Okay. Well, what kind of function are we talking about? Linear function, quadratic function? Which function? Linear? Okay. Well, that's easy to do. Ready? Are you ready to get your mind completely blown? Well, the domain, okay, regardless if it's going straight up this way, if it's a positive slope or a negative slope, your domain is all real numbers. Your range is all real numbers. That's it. Now, if it's horizontal, same thing. All real numbers, but your range is where it's crossing. Okay, where it's crossing your y-axis. Your domain, if it's a vertical line, okay, your range is going to be all real numbers, but your x is going to be wherever that line crosses the x-axis. That's it. I know, it's crazy. Ready? Hey, Danny, how are you? Okay. So, I am actually going to give this a try. I know, it's like 28 pieces. It's so much. And I'm wondering if I should just give this a try, or I should have a before and an after and make a post about it, instead of having you guys stay up so late watching me plotting points. But I felt like this needed to be reiterated. Not a problem. Yeah. Yep. And your domain is always your x, the set of your x values, and your range is the set of your y values. But if you basically going to have all real numbers the whole entire time. And the symbol for all real numbers is, you can either do it one of two ways. You can use the double and then a capital R. Okay, so you can have two sticks and then write a capital R around it. Or they might have you do an interval notation, which means from negative infinity to positive infinity. And you always have parentheses around the infinities. Or they might have, yeah, I think most of the time they've been going with this. No problem. I know you're just trying to test me out. Does she really know what she's talking about? Holy Bear Batman, I never had this in my class. What? You never had what? Plotting points? Yeah. Thank you for the follow, guys. Thank you for the follow and the likes and the taps and all this. What do you mean, never had this in my class? Okay. Thank you. So again, like, if you guys are going on to this venture called college algebra, or you're going back to school and you need some assistance, don't wait till the 11th hour. Okay? I know I'm expensive, but I'm worth every single solitary penny. Okay? So we can definitely figure out ourselves, so we can get all the assistance. Making a bear. I know, it's a little cute little thing. So now I'm really curious as what my friend said for me to trust the process. If it's grotesque, I will stop. But so I'm not sure if anybody wants to follow along. Let me see if I can zoom at least the first 4 lines. And then we can just carry it over from here. Line 1 is a lot. So if you can't see, please let me know, because I'm trying to angle it and has so much. Now, when you see stuff like this, as soon as you plot the point, cross it out. Trust me, it's almost like you trying to find the mean, median, and mode. Well, not so much the mode, but the mean and the median. Like, once you use a number, cross it out so you know that you already dealt with that number. Okay? In this case, it'll be our coordinates. Okay, so you're doing interval notation, and I have to demonstrate if the equation is a function or not. Okay. So here's the thing. In order for it to be a function, your x values cannot repeat. So like if you had a line, and if it's a vertical line, that means this line, I'm going to just not draw a line, but I'm going to show you. So like if I had a line right here, notice this point was right here is going to be, say, 3, 5. This is going to be 3, 4. This is 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 0, 3, -1, 3, -2, 3, -3. What happens? My 3's are constantly repeating. So it's almost like you got one person with multiple birthdays. Like when I say multiple birthdays, I'm not talking about, that whole, leap year stuff. I'm talking like literally you were born on February the 2nd, put back in, born March the 8th, put back in, born again. No, if so, you should be kissing your mother every blessed day and give her everything. And I do mean everything that she wants, right? So that's not a function. That's not happening. Your y values can repeat. So if I go this way, I have my y is at 5. So I have 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5. Okay, I have -2, 5, -3, 5, -4, 5, -5, 5. Okay, my y values can repeat all day, every day, because it passes what's called a vertical line test. So a vertical line is straight up and down. That means this line that will be here at the top of my ruler, it only hits this vertical line in one spot. If I move it over here, it hits it at one spot. If I move it over here, it hits it at one spot. So it passes the vertical line test. But for, where was I at 3? But for this vertical line, if I tried to use a vertical line test, it's hitting every single solitary point on that vertical line. So that fails the vertical line test. Okay? All right. How we doing? Doing okay? Did that help? Okay. Not a problem. Not a problem, B. All right. So, I'm going to give it a try. Why not? So the first point is at 0, 0. And if you have any other questions while I'm here, you didn't quite get that. Get what? Explain everything. Oh, thank you. We're talking about domain range, vertical line test. Which one addicted? Okay, vertical line test? Sure. All right. So let's just say I drew a line. I'm not going to, but say I drew a line through all this. Okay? A nice horizontal line. So when I draw a horizontal line, notice one, the line only crosses the y-axis. Doesn't even touch the x-axis. X-axis is down here somewhere, right? So if I take a vertical line, and vertical means up and down, if I take a vertical line, it's only hitting the line that's up here at one spot, right here. It's hitting it one time. If I come over here, It's hitting it one time. If I come back here, it's hitting that vertical line at one time. Whereas a vertical, it crosses, the x-axis. Okay? So it crosses, if I drew a line right here, it's crossing the x-axis at, in this case, 3. So if I tried to use the vertical line test over top of that line, I have multiple points, multiple times that the line that I drew is hitting this vertical line. So it fails the vertical line test because this vertical line is hitting the vertical line you drew more than once. Okay, so that will be a fail to the vertical line test. Okay. Pop P? What's Pop P? Okay. No problem. Yep, no problem. All right. Any other questions? I feel like just doing an Ask Audrey segment while while I'm plotting this lovely arrangement of God knows what. -4, 8, -4, 2, -6, 2, -6, 5. Any other questions? It's going to be like one of those, let me unzoom a little bit, or a lot. It's going to be one of those lives that someone just stands here and then you just watch. I never understood those. -11, 8. -11, 6. -9, 2. -8, 1. -9, 0. -10, -2. -10, -5. Hey, Jacinda, how are you? You're tapping and watching? Can you guess what it is? Sure. Because I don't know. If you see something, let me know. I'm almost done line 1. -6. -12, -7. Okay. 8, -7. Okay. Is it a heart? Hello, creation. How are you? A Christmas bow? A heart? Didn't look like one at first. It just I don't know. I'm just sitting there like, yeah, I don't know. Hello, Deja. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. Well, supposedly this is line 1. Okay. So let me connect the dots. Trust me, it's going to be a surprise to me as well. And I will completely and utterly understand if people are like, yeah, I don't want to sit here and watch this. I totally get you. A friend of mine gave me coordinates to do, and I am trusting the process. That's the best way I can say. I am trusting the process. Okay. -11, -8. And I think what I'll do... I don't know. I have no idea what it could be. -8, -1. But I will take your guesses. I'm assuming it must need a turn. Okay. 8, 7. This is a long stretch right here. Trust the process. I just want to let you know, guys, I'm really freaking out. Like things like this. I'm so much of a perfectionist. Maybe that's what. Oh, wait. Oh, here. And we gotta connect back. Okay, what's it look like? Okay, people saying bunny, bunny. Chris is saying a mouse. Michael's saying a bunny. Eric's saying a bunny. You draw way better than I do. I do? Okay. What are you drawing? A rabbit? I guess. A mouse, a rabbit. Okay, so at least we got between either a mouse or a rabbit. Notice no one said a rat. Remember, rats have rounded ears like this. Believe it or not, did you know Mickey Mouse is really a rat? If you look at the details of it, it's not a mouse. Because the rounded ears are usually for rats, not for mice. And then, this is how smart rats are. Rats are very smart. They do camouflage. They tuck their ears in to make you think that they're mice. And then all of a sudden, when you keep them slacking, they extend their ears out. I used to have a pet rat. Just college. But he was my lab rat because I was a psych major. Yeah, I know. I hate to tell you, he is. Yeah. I don't want you to shatter your heart. I think rats are very intelligent, and it's a mouse. It's a mouse. Go ahead. But because of the characteristics, I'm like, yeah, that's a rat. And even the little nose turned up. Yep. New rat. I know. A pet rat, yes. And he was sweet. I got him when he was like so small, he fit in the palm of my hand. And I had him for like 2 years. And when he passed on, his nose was right here, the tip of my middle finger. Follow the trail. Keep going. Keep going. Right here, that's where his tail ended. He was the length of my arm. Yep, he was the length of my arm when he passed. 2 years later. I'm telling you. You're like, oh no. I'm like, yeah. Oh yes. All right. Well, I'm about to switch colors and see if I can get to another one. Yeah. Oh, he was the sweetest thing, though. Oh, my God. He was the sweetest thing. And he was like the best rat ever. All right. So negative 5, 6, 7, 8. Negative 8, positive 2. So I'm just going to switch colors to see if that does anything. Negative 7, 2. Negative 7, 5. Negative 9. Negative 9, 8. So maybe this should have been a little more rounded. Okay, didn't know. Negative 10, 8. Okay, negative 10, 6. Negative 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. Negative 8, 2. Took us back. Okay, so it looks like we're getting on the inside of the ear. Yeah. Maybe this is a little bunny rabbit. Okay, so line 2 is done. Two, 3, 4, 4, 2. Okay, negative 3, 0. Negative 1, 0. 0, 3. So, these are just things. What else we got? Now, Baltimore rats, that's a different breed, though, Janice. I mean, like, I look at my stray cats, and they literally just look at me like, I got you, girl. But for the most part, no. Now, snakes, those little garden snakes or something like that, hell no. What's that? And then you also got some brown snakes or black snakes running around. I'm like, look, I ain't part about this nature. There's way too much nature for me. Negative 4, 2. So it goes like this. It's weird. And it goes to here? That's weird. That's just weird, but okay. That's what it says. I love how there's 72 people here watching me make a rabbit. I know, right? They run up walls. Say what? You know what? I don't know why I'm shocked. Because sometimes during the winter, at one point, I don't like to do the sticky pads. I do catch and release. Because they're probably born in my house. They're just using my house, like not paying no rent. They're just going in here. But they're just running. Sometimes you'll hear them in the winter. Summer, not so much. But I do, do some catch and release. And they're just like little baby ones. So I'm like, they don't know any better. So I know, I believe in God's creatures, but cockroaches, nah. Yeah, you gotta go somewhere. Especially when my neighbor starts cleaning out her garage and stuff. Bruh. It's craziness. I know, they ain't paying no rent. You do love rabbits? Good. No bugs, I know. Ants almost every year, but at least this year, knock on whatever this is made out of, because it's sure as hell not wood, that we haven't had any flies or infestation, stuff like that, which I'm really grateful for, because that's done. Alright, so what's going on with... I think I'm just going to make mine a little psychedelic. I don't know what's going on here. So we have 10, -3. I guess we're going to draw a little fluffy bunny tail. Yeah, that's what it looks like. 10. Or maybe not. Because I'm like, what are we doing all the way up 10 for? 3, 4. I'm dying to know who made this. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a big tail. This is like one of those things when your kids bring projects home and you're like, try again. Like, oh, look, mommy, I made this in project. Oh, that's, yeah, that's nice, kiddo. See, that's why I couldn't be a mom. Couldn't do it. God love y'all. Because I would look at this and like, okay, that's cool. Okay. How do you get so good? How did I get so good at math? Well, this is not off topic. You're actually sitting here watching me put something together here. Lots of practice. It took me... It's like I came back from overseas and a friend of mine said, hey, you should work at my school. They need a basketball coach. And then I was told that in order for me to be a basketball coach, I had to work for the school. And I was like, all right, I don't know what to do. And they say, well, you can be a, what is it? An instructional assistant. And I was like, okay. What's that? So I worked a lot with special ed students, and I didn't understand my job at all because I was like, you want me to follow these kids and make sure they write their notes down. How are they in school? They're like, how is this happening? And they're like, this is what you need to do and all this other stuff. And I get to know different teachers, but it took a lot of practice. And then with me, most of the classes I was sitting in were math classes. And then I just all of a sudden just wanted to be a math teacher. And the department chair of the school, she was like, you should be a math teacher. And I'm like, oh, all right. I didn't know anything better. And all of a sudden, I just started working my butt off. I mean, it wasn't easy. No, it sure as heck was not easy. So -8, -4. Okay. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I guess his little nose. That's what they told me to do. I'm trusting the process. No, I do not have children. No. I know my weakness. Yeah, they do. Make my skin crawl. Just trying to figure out what math are you doing. Right now, I am plotting points. So that's the part that you kind of missed a little bit. So plotting points on a coordinate plane. So looking at the different quadrants, and then where would those points go and how to plot a point. So remember, it's always like your X, then your Y's. So you're either starting at the origin, you're either going left or right, or then you're going up or down. Okay, so your X values are telling you where to go for the left and right. If it's negative, you go to the left. If it's positive, you go to the right. And then your Y values, which is the second coordinate, that's telling you up or down. If it's positive, you go up. If it's negative, you go down. So we're just basically plotting. A friend of mine gave me a series, which I can count this one out. And right now we're at like 5 more lines that has to be done. And then we can see our little happy little figure. So that's what we're doing. So right now it's like just ask Audrey questions while I'm drawing a rabbit, I think. It looks a little demented, but sure. But see, Janice, you got the patience of a teacher. You just have like that personality, that nurturing personality. And that's what a lot of teachers have. We have this nurturing personality. But yet, they keep treating us like crap. Oh, please do it for the children. But meanwhile, you're getting in your car and you get to go home and relax. But I got to be here to do it for the children. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Definitely not. So -10, -5. So we got this point here. -9, -7. All right, something's happening here. I don't know what's happening there. But something happened there. Okay. -5, -6. Like, I'm trying to see it, but I'm really not seeing it. Are you guys seeing something? it just looks very strange. Your points start with a 0. It goes up. Yes. So if my point starts with a 0, like say 0, 4, I don't have a left or right. I just have a up or down. So if it's 0, 4, that means I'm starting at 0. I just go up 4, plot my point. If it says 3, 0, that means I go to the right 3 and plot my point, because on my 0 for the y, I don't have an up or down. Okay. Eating something? Got it? Oh, okay. Feel like, my gosh, like psychedelics. We're almost there. Alright, so 5, 6, 7, 8. So negative 5, negative 5. Negative 8, negative 5. Negative 7, negative 5. Negative 7, negative 6. So we have negative 8, negative 6. Negative 8, negative 5. So there's something happening. Okay. All right, 2 more lines. It's either I'm going to love it or I'm going to laugh at it. So we have negative 5, negative 3. Well, it's the same as this. Why does negative 9 have to be the same thing? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, line 9 and line 6 are exactly the same. That's weird. I have a feeling that this should be like something like this. Maybe. All right, last line. 1, 2, 3. So we got this line here at this point. Negative 3, 6. Negative 11, 4. Negative 11, 4. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. How did we get negative 11? Positive 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure about that. It says it. I'm trying to trust the process. Usually that's not my thing. I know. River dance? We're still drawing? Yes. Okay. Hey, what's up? Did you get my message? Yeah, we saw something. I'm going to have to check my friend with this point right here. That looks weird. That looks very weird. I have a feeling it's supposed to be back here somewhere. Because then it could be its leg. I don't know. I don't like that point right there. That just looks weird. And I don't want to mess up my bunny. You're like, are we still drawing the bunny? Yes, we are. Okay. Text. No, wait. Did I text you or did I leave a message? It was today. That's all I remember. Wait, is it still today? Yeah, it is. It's only 11 o'clock. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a bunny. You didn't receive anything? You sure it's not like a WhatsApp number or whatever? Because I don't have WhatsApp whatsoever. And I can't check because I'm on my live right now. All right. But if anything, we can talk after this live. Hardly any reception. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right. So I can't believe I was that entertaining. But thank you for staying. I'm going to, we might see the finished product, tomorrow, because I don't know about that point right there. So I'm going to keep my little paper so I could go to my friend, is it supposed to be a bunny? Is it supposed to look like this? Is it close to it? But I don't know. That point right there just seems weird. Okay. All right. Explain what? Explain the bunny. Okay. All right. I will do that. Does the 0.1 -4 make the right side of the head? I'm wondering. It could. But then it had this point, and it just looks weird. Because it's just out there. It's supposed to, based off of what they told me, it's supposed to go here, across the face, and over to here. That doesn't make any sense. It's like you're going to mess up the rabbit. And I don't want to do that. Okay? So all I basically did was I took all these points and I plot them. So when you plot a point, you start at the 0. So if I want to plot, let's say 1, 2, that means I'm going to go to the right 1 and then up 2. Plot my point. The first digit, you're going either the left or the right, but if it's positive, you're going to the right. If it's negative, you're going to the left. Okay? So I have this -7, 2. I'm going to start here at the origin. I'm going to go to the left 7. That's when it's a -7. And it was a positive 2. Then I go up 2 to put my point. Okay? Yeah, a little bit of fun, a little action, a little something different. Can you see the paper, please? Okay, this is part of it. Okay, let me know when you want me to flip it over. Okay. Thank you, Michael, for the gifts. Appreciate it. Got it? Okay. And then this side. I know, I scribbled. Sorry. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I'll let you know tomorrow, what is the final thing. I would just let you know if that point was supposed to be there, yes or no. But tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to go over taking a word problem, change it into an expression, and then from there, we're going to graph. We're going to graph our expressions. So we're going to tie in a little bit of what was going on over here on the 24th. And then we're going to take it a step further by plotting the points and graphing the solution. So just like I think it was B was saying, with the domains and the range, so you could see the projection of your graph. Is it going up like a cup or is it going down like a frown? Okay. All right, no problem. Thank you. So thanks for coming on in. I know this was just, I can't believe we sat here. Watch me plot points. But we had a very good conversation. Again, if you need someone for tutoring, please reach out to me, okay? So we can get ourselves situated, because my kids, my students from last year are starting to slowly come back. So at least you can get yourself situated. And like I said, my scheduled times may change again because now my students are coming in the afternoons as versus like during the day because summer is over. And if anything, give me a little bit of time or possibly just tomorrow for me to upload today's live so you'll be able to see all the breakdown. So if you go to my YT channel and then you type in ACG Math Tutoring, all you need to do is subscribe, like, comment, share, and turn on those notifications. And like always, I love the support that you guys have been giving me from the very beginning. Some of you guys have known me from my very first live. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful that you guys are here. Hopefully you're able to go and reach your dream. Do not hesitate. If you're thinking like, Audrey, I really need your help, but I just can't, speak up because you never know. You never know. Might be able to help out. All right. Yes. Hey, Lynette. How are you? All from the very beginning. Yes. So we want to get these ASVAT. We want to get, and I was talking about ASVAT, Janice knows, we were talking about that a little earlier, about the ASVAT and the GED, and you just have to really, if it's something that you really want to achieve and you want to go forward with it, trust me, you're going to have to invest something. And I know I came across one parent, nothing to say ignorance about or anything. If I do sound that, please call me out on it. When the pandemic hit, we pulled our kids out. But at the same time, we got to do something with our kids when we pull them out of school. I know the schools are not 100% like perfect and never will be. But at the same time, there is some kind of learning. There is some kind of socialization that's going on. Even though sometimes you think you're helping your kids, sometimes you're hurting them. And, as this young man is about to go into his freshman year, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work. A lot of work. Okay? A lot of work. Okay? Everybody knows Michael. Michael's popular. Popular. You want to be popular. All right, everyone. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for coming in. All the 36 people that are still here. Love you. Like, seriously? I don't know. I just plot points today. But if anything, have a great night. I will see you tomorrow night at 9:30, and we're going to take this a step further. Just take it a little step further. Talk about translating into expressions, and then we're going to do some graphing of those expressions. So just to show you how to graph before we get into the whole linear functions with the x's and the y's. What did we do when we're just given maybe like just the y's and we have to find the x values? So that's what we're going to be working on a lot tomorrow. So have a great night. Say goodbye to each other. Keep being awesome. And I will see you tomorrow in the evening. Okay? Take care now. Bye.